Reversing the swing of the dryer's door requires a number 2 square bit screwdriver or number 2 Phillips screwdriver and a flat blade screwdriver. Before changing the way the door opens, disconnect the appliance from the power source. This is very important to avoid a potential electrical shock hazard. Place a soft cloth or towel on a work surface near the appliance or on the floor. This is needed to protect the appliance door from damage once it is removed. Open the dryer's door. Next, remove the 4 hinge screws, setting them aside for later use. Now, using both hands to support the weight of the door, in an outward direction, slide the door and hinge about 3/8 of an inch. Remove the door from the 2 shoulder bolts and place the door, face down, on the flat covered surface. Leave the 2 shoulder bolts intact. Next, remove the 2 panhead screws and the door strike from the door. Set these aside. Note, there are 15 indented head screws. 8 of these screws are located in the small, circular recesses of the inner door's top and bottom edges. 2 screws are on the door's latch side edge. The other 5 screws are on the hinge side edge. In addition, there are 2 tamper-resistant screws. These screws hold the door's inner glass in place and should not be removed. Remove the 15 indented head screws and set them aside. Now, separate the inner door assembly from the outer door assembly. Take care not to remove the hinge or the strike support block. Leave these in position. Now, lift the inner glass ring. Rotate the inner glass ring 180 degrees. Align the left-hand hinge or the right-hand hinge indicators. We will now take the inner door and rotate it 180 degrees. Taking care not to strip the plastic holes, replace the 15 indented head screws. We will now reinstall the latch strike. Rotate the latch strike 180 degrees by aligning the single tab with the thin slot and the double tab with the thick slot. Replace the 2 panhead screws. Again, be careful not to strip out the plastic holes. We will now reattach the door. We'll begin at the front panel by carefully removing the 4 small round hole plugs. Next, reinstall these 4 hole plugs to the front panel's opposite side. Now, using both hands to support the weight of the door, slide the door and hinge assembly onto the front panel's shoulder bolts. Then, slide the door and hinge assembly in an inward direction toward the center of the door opening. Now, reinstall the 4 hinge screws. Close the door. Now, open and close the door to make sure the hinge, strike, and latch operate correctly. Restore power to the appliance. Finally, operate the dryer through a drying cycle. Make sure the dryer door is functioning properly. The door has been successfully reversed.